What we got here today is a few Mauser 98 shotguns. You hear a lot of stories about these 98 shotguns, that they were guard guns during the war and things like that, and that weak steel in the receivers cause them to explode and they're dangerous, which is half true. These particular guns were made after the war in the sporting shotguns. They were not wartime guns, and I never thought that they did make a wartime one. They held 2 rounds. You know, how could you be a guard with only 2 guns and 2 shells in your gun? You know, seems impractical to me. And on the blowing up part, what happened on these? They put as you can see right here, they put that on the head of your bolt. That bolt head on there for your shotgun rim to catch your extractor. Well, what happened? People hit the bolt release trying to pull the bolt out. That's hitting against here. These popped off. Next time they put a round in with that missing, they closed the gun. You got a space from this being missing, your gun blows up. So I believe that's why they got the bad rap of exploding all the time. And actually, I seen one online right now for sale that is actually missing that. And they're calling it a missing firing pin, but it's not a firing pin, it's the head of the bolt. And like I say, these were made, these 2 are Gias, which is a company that converted them after the war. This one I'm not sure because somebody plugged up the hole on the side and put a regular butt plate on it. Yeah, and they did cut 1 inch off. I measured it. All these got 13-inch trigger pulls. This has 13-inch with that, so they cut 1 inch off of that one. I believe that's a Gia too, but this one right here, which was the first one I ever bought, and I believe this is a 16 gauge, if memory stands correct. But this one has a seal on the other side that says, it's got a, can't tell, it's a circle with a heart, and says something hard underneath, and has the heart in the side here, which makes me think this was a different company than Gia that made that particular gun. And those were all made after the war because they weren't allowed to make new guns. They had to convert their old ones. But then I ran into this thing here. Now this is a 12 gauge shotgun, Mauser 98, but different stock. Still has the stock that a regular military gun would have, sling swivel. A lot of people don't know that, but that piece of metal, that washer that goes on each side of the stock, is actually to help you field strip your bolt, where you push your bolt down through that hole to get your firing pin out. A lot of people don't realize why Mausers have that ring in it. But this here, to me, seems like it was a military one. Somebody cut it down. Now that's all hacked up. That's not factory, but I think maybe this at one time was a military gun, had a longer stock. Or else somebody broke a stock and had to cut down a regular 8mm Mauser stock. I don't know. But it just seems to me that this one looked more military than all of them. Taller butt plate there, where you see all your other ones cut off short, like they're newer, like a newer style, where your older style 98s actually come up around the top more. That was definitely a military stock. Whether the gun is or not, I don't know. But hey, if anybody knows about these things, fill in the blanks. Like I said, I think those 4 there were at least commercially made. This one here, I have no idea. And somebody did cut the barrel down to 16.5 inches, or 18.5 inches, excuse me. I was thinking rifle 16. 18.5 inches. And overall, they all have 13-inch trigger pull, except for this one, which has 12.5 because of the different stock, I guess. But they only hold 2 rounds. They're awkward to shoot. They kick. I don't know. I bought this one complete. I believe every one of these I've had to buy a part to or something to fix over the years. I got this one in '91. That was the first one I'd ever seen in my life. I was fascinated by it. And the next one I got was this one here. Actually has a sight on it, which is crooked, but it's still there. That was a Gia. And then on these two, I don't know which one I got where. I do not remember. Gun shows. Every time I seen one, if the price was right, usually a part was missing, I'd buy it, bring it home, watch online for a part, find out what I needed and put on, order it. Sometimes well, this one here actually, I bought it for parts to fix one of those guns and then ended up buying the parts and fixing it again. Hey, like I said, if anybody knows about these shotguns, fill in the blanks. That's my whole history of them since '91. Like I say, were they wartime guns? I don't know. These definitely weren't, I don't think. This one could have been. That's my opinion. Maybe there's some World War II vets out there that know or something, but I'm not sure. I've heard, everybody has a different story. So you really don't know, but they're an interesting piece. A couple buddy of mine seen them and they went out and found themselves one because they liked mine. I just got a little anal when I started finding them and just started, I see one, I'd buy it. I don't know why. You don't use the one you got, but you buy 3 more, 4 more. It's fun though. Got them all out. I'm going to clean them up. I'm going through some guns of mine and cleaning them up after about 10 years. These ain't seen the light of day in 20 years probably. So it's good to get them down here and oiled up and put back in the vault. All right, well, if anybody got one of these or knows anything about these, say something, and you all have a nice, what is this, Wednesday afternoon, 2 o'clock, 2:30. Okay, say something in the comment. Let me know if anybody has one of these or what you know about them. Or anybody had any experiences with seeing one blow up because of that part missing. I've never heard any blowing up, but I've heard a lot of stories, but I've never seen one. Or physically knew for sure. Stories. All right, you all have a good day.